All right, the Nintendo Switch 2, you got one?
Yeah. Oh wait. I mean, no.
Yeah, me neither. There's a lot of
Yeah.
YouTubers making a lot of, well, that was a thing when the Switch 2 came out, what, a couple weeks ago or whatever, a month ago, I don't remember.
Yeah, like a month
Um,
ago or something. I don't
but
remember.
there like when they announced the Switch 2, and it came out shortly after, but right when they announced it, everyone was raging at Nintendo because it was so expensive. Mostly the price. I think that was mostly the criticism. Not just of the console, but the games as well. They're also getting quite the hike. And then upgrading your games also just oddly expensive.
Well,
And yeah,
uh, yeah. Then there was like the game key card thing. That was they're selling the game key cards, which they've always been doing, by the way. This
right,
is just the first time they've called them something.
yeah. Um, so then it came out, and I'm pretty sure that 99% of those gamers that were complaining then bought one and showed videos of them buying it and showing them unpacking it.
Wow, it's great.
Just really,
Is that Mario in a car?
yeah. It's just interesting to see like all those YouTubers, and it's like just completely dishonest and just clickbaiting you like blatantly.
Yeah, dude. During this whole thing, like I saw a bunch of the Nintendo tubers, some of which I follow. They
Yeah.
were like, "It's ridiculous. I can't believe Nintendo." And then it was like, "Yeah, I guess you got to Switch too." It's like, "Guess you got to Switch too, and all the accessories, and
Yeah.
guess who's and it's like, "Oh my God, have you played Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S on the Switch too? It's such an improvement over Puyo Puyo Tetris 2." And I'm like, "Shut up! You were just complaining about this thing."
Pathetic. Yeah. I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other on the Switch 2. I understand it's more expensive. I expected that because of inflation. Um, the games are more expensive. That's a levy that just decided to break, and I understand it. It sucks, but it's going to happen to all consoles at this point. I think they've already. I think even Xbox has said that there's going to be more, and I don't know if PlayStation has announced a price hike, but I'm sure it's coming. Um, so I don't have a strong opinion on that either way, but I found that interesting. I don't have one. I don't tend to get it. What's your take on all the hubbub?
Um, oh well, I'm not happy about the price of the console. I think that's the biggest turn away, the biggest talking point, obviously, but also like I think another talking point that people are just kind of like in terms of like the media outlet, like afraid to talk about is like the Switch 2 is fucking boring. Like this generation of Nintendo is fucking boring. Like it seems like they just sort of rested on their laurels and they were just kind of like it was like whenever you think of like a new Nintendo console, you there's always good for good or worse. There's for better or worse, there's always something there. There's always like some new idea presented. And most we're getting on the Switch 2 is what, a mouse? Like you can play them, you can use a mouse, I guess. It's like it's just more Switch. And it's like the games they're showing, yeah, it's like they look fine. Like Mario Kart World looks fine. The Donkey Kong game looks fine. Like there's a few others that look fine, but they don't look they don't look that different than just Switch games. They don't look like they're just like I'm like wow I have to. It's like yeah, it's like I kind of already played a game like that on Switch. It's like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and it's like they're not offering me anything. I think that's the biggest thing is that, like there's not really a reason for me to get it outside of like just upgrading to the newest thing.
Yes, I took it. I took the announcement as they needed something like they needed something to compete with modern consoles, which is weird because they never really took that stance before. They are always in their own realm, and that's where I like Nintendo is them doing just completely their own thing. Like you said, for better or for worse. I mean, there's certainly bad examples, but at least when you saw a Nintendo thing, you're like, oh, it's doing something completely different. Like my experience with that will not match what I'm getting elsewhere. But from what I gather with the Switch 2, the goal was just to make it competitive from a technology standpoint to Xbox and PS5. and it's like I don't really care about that.
Yeah. Well, and like the one when they were like they had that first showcase and they were showing off like third party games. I had war flashbacks to the Wii U at that point because it was the same thing where they were showing off third party games, just ports of old games. It
Hmm.
was like hey guys, what if you could play Final Fantasy VII Remake and Cyberpunk and Hogwarts Legacy? And I'm like, guys, like, did you learn nothing from the Wii U? Because that's exactly what you did there. You were like, what if you could play Mass Effect 3 and Batman Arkham City and stuff? It was like, these are old games. Like your selling point for third party is like, look, you can port your old games again or something, or you
Yeah.
can and like what's even funnier to me is like they're the thing they were like they made a big deal about Final Fantasy VII Remake coming to Switch 2, which again, like there's already a sequel to that, Rebirth. You want to blow me away? I put Rebirth on that thing, but it's like Remake's coming, and it's like I beat Remake on my Steam Deck. Can already play it handheld, and I fucking did, And and like I think that's my biggest thing is that like they the stuff that they're like bringing over, it's like that's cool. You have version of Cyberpunk that's like completely on a cartridge or whatever, but like I don't need that on a Nintendo. Like I don't
Hmm.
care. Like it's like all these games. It's like I don't care. I can play that 100 other ways. And it's games I do want to play are probably the Nintendo games. You're not giving me anything. You're not offering me anything. You're like, look, it's Mario Kart where you can drive around in like an empty open world. I'm like,
That looks
I don't want to do it.
curious. I'm curious to play that, but yeah, not.
I've
I mean,
seen.
you
I,
know,
I watched like a live stream whenever the console launched, and the idea of an open world Mario Kart sounds cool at first. But then I realized that there's literally like there's no objectives. There's nothing to do. It's just a it's just a map.
oh, there's no racing.
Like I'm pretty sure you can like go around and find like costumes and stuff like for your characters. But like yeah, like it felt like they were like they wanted to do like Breath of the Wild but for Mario Kart, right?
Yeah,
But they forgot to include like the stuff to do, like the actual like game
it's like Midnight
portion.
Club.
Yeah, they forgot to like because like Breath of the Wild is a bunch of like exploring, but
Yeah.
it's like interspersed between like shrines and quests and stuff. You gotta actually like have a reason to do it. You can't just be like, here you go, it's a map. So yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
sold on that. The actual like racing game part looks fine, but it's the ninth Mario Kart. I've played fucking 8 other Mario Karts. I'm pretty sure I get the gist.
Hmm.
Um, the one that I am interested in is the Donkey Kong one. Like I think it does look cool, but at the same time, doesn't that game just look like a fucking Switch game? Like, doesn't it
That's the
just look
ironic
like
part,
something?
and that's the stupid part about it is that why stress like these higher end graphics when you're just gonna make it look like a cartoon anyway? That's how all your games look.
Yeah,
Like
it's just like
why?
I'm like looking at it and I'm like, this looks just like Mario Odyssey.
Yeah,
I played that game.
yeah. I don't understand. I mean, obviously Metroid Prime is gonna look better, but
But that's
even
coming to Switch.
is it still coming to Switch? I assumed it was just they were.
That's going to be a dual launch. The only upside of the Switch 2 version is that you get mouse control, which means nothing.
I'd be curious to play it on a mouse. I'd rather play it because I'm a PC guy. I'd rather play
Yeah.
it. That.
Yeah, but like, but Spencer, you're playing it on a Joy-Con mouse, which means you're playing it on a Joy-Con sideways. How much do you think about that?
I heard it's pretty good. I can't.
Yeah.
I what I heard was you're supposed to get like the accessory that which I'm sure is very expensive that straps the back so they're a little thicker and then it works better as a
The
mouse.
mouse foot. It's called the mouse foot, and
Mm.
I only know that because I watched a complete playthrough. The best Switch 2 launch title, Welcome Tour. The $10
$10.
software, the $10 software that teaches you about your Switch 2, which I think is like the most tone deaf
Yeah.
Nintendo product ever. It's like, hey, pay us to teach you about your console. It's like, what? That should just be
Terrible.
a thing. Um, yeah, there were some other announcements alongside it. Like, obviously, that big one that I think people have been asking for like 5 years or whatever is the GameCube service. It launched with like Wind Waker, F Zero, and Soul Calibur. I feel like it's a little too late for that. I feel like it's like if that was announced in like 2020, for the Switch or something, it would have been like a huge deal. Like,
Hmm.
whoa, we can play GameCube. Like on the Switch too, it's like, all right.
Who cares? Big whoop.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just, what's gonna make you get one?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what they could do, but like if they're just gonna which they are, if they're just gonna be like, here's another Animal Crossing, here's another Pikmin, here's another whatever. Kirby. I'm gonna be like, yeah, it sure is. Like, it feels like they're just we're still riding the Switch's success. Which, mind you, when the Switch launched, it was successful because it launched partially because it launched like one of the most innovative games in years. Right? It was Breath of the Wild, big game.
Yep.
It's like the only game that it launched with outside of fucking Bomberman or whatever. It's like 1-2 Switch, but like the only notable game was fucking Breath of the Wild. So it's like, there's something to be said there that like you launched it with one notable game that was so big that like it sort of reshaped the industry in some senses. But they haven't given me that. So I guess that's what they would have to do. They would have to be like, they had to blow me away with something. They had to be like, here's, I don't know. I don't know if the Zelda would do it, but here's something.
Well,
I can't even
they're
think of.
not going to because they're just like upgraded tiers, right? They're just
Yeah,
gonna let you pay for that and just.
yeah. I mean, and like, I as much as I want to sit here and like make fun of the Nintendo tubers and stuff, like I don't think I'm that like baited to Nintendo as a whole. Like I think I have a pretty healthy relationship with all three of the current like the current manufacturers where like I can step away from them at any time.
Yeah.
But I think like there is going to be that moment where like if they are like, here's Pikmin 5, I think that's that probably like, well, gotta play it,
Well,
like that's gonna.
it'll be like, well, there's enough games there now. They didn't win me
Yeah.
before, but with this, that gives me a reason to get it, and then therefore get
Is there
other
something
games
that's gonna push
that
you
are better.
over?
Not likely. I just they don't really make games that I like. I like RPGs,
Pokemon?
big RPGs. Yeah. Oh boy, do I love Pokemon. Um, maybe a Zelda
Po-
that's big.
Pokemon cake and ice cream? I don't know. I'm trying to
Can't
think
be
of
like the
what
last
the next one
Zelda.
could be called.
Yeah, no, it can't be
Oh,
Pokemon.
Tears. Oh, dude, I want to talk about Tears of the Kingdom at some point because what a fucking. I only played that recently, but what a fucking thing that was. Game that was.
It's a good game, and I don't
That's
like it.
dude. Tears of the Kingdom is the Switch 2, where it's like they were just like, do it again, boys, and then they did it again, and
No, I
I was
disagree.
like,
I completely disagree.
really?
I think it was do it again, but give them something different. And their different was geared towards an audience
Like
that I
creating.
understand, but one that I don't care about. And it it just tanks it for me. Like I just have no
Yeah.
interest in building. I just none. I just die
Isn't it
inside.
crazy though that like I don't know if like what's going on with that, like I don't know what you called that series of Zelda games, I guess the Breath of the Wild series or whatever.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that like they're doing another one of those Hyrule Warrior games for Switch 2? They announced it like at the big direct. And it's tying into Tears of the Kingdom, and I've heard nobody talk about that. Like, isn't that weird? Like they're doing another. game to tie into a big Zelda game, and like nobody's like even talking about it. They're just like, oh, sure.
I think everybody just knows that those aren't really like Nintendo games.
Yeah, sure. They're just Warriors games.
Yeah.
I mean, and I like them.
Yeah, I
Except for
prefer
the
those
story
to,
and the
to
last
Nintendo games for the most part.
Tears of the Kingdom. Or you know what?
Breath of the Wild
I
is
liked
great,
the Age
but
of Calamity. I liked the Age of Calamity. The story was stupid, but I liked it for the most part. But yeah, I just know whatever this one. I don't even know what this was called. I forgot. But whatever it's called, Tears of the Sword or whatever. I'm sure it's just going to be another Warriors game
Yep.
with the Zelda guys in it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything that could push it over the edge for me. Um, it's just like I can't like. I mean, okay. What about this? I got one. I got a pitch for you, Spencer.
Okay.
Mm, it's gonna. It could go two different ways, but I'm gonna pitch it both ways. Either Mother 4 or like an Earthbound remake. But would either of those do it for you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'd have to see it. I don't. That series is dead. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was trying to think of, like what they could revive, like what they could even do, because that was like the Switch's thing, right? I think like the Switch felt like the time of revivals for Nintendo.
They could make Fire
Or,
Emblem
like,
not be
remember
a anime touch children kind of game, and I would enjoy
Yeah,
it.
this time instead of high school, you're actually teaching at a middle school.
Oh yeah, I like them young.
So they're actually like 13 or 12, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I don't.
Well,
Jesus.
you have to teach them how to battle, Spencer. You have to teach them how to battle. Come on. You have to
What a
take 'em through battle,
disgusting
man.
series. Like Nintendo. What are you doing? Like, what is this? Why do that? I don't understand. That one I'll never understand.
What about Star Fox? You think they could do something with Star Fox?
They could. They won't, but they could.
Yeah. If they do, then we'll do it right. They've proven that time and time again.
Mhm.
Just fuck it
No, I
up
mean they have
again.
the two Joy Cons. You could maneuver it with one and aim with the other.
I'm sure that it'd be a mouse game or something. It'd be something stupid.
I'm cool with that too,
It'd be
but
like
they could do something, but they won't.
barrel roll. You have to flick the mouse or something, or spin the mouse a circle. You're in the cockpit with Fox, and you're you're controlling the flight controls.
You're sitting on Fox's lap. His penis is noticeable. You ask him what's going on with that. You said, "Is that a banana? Or are you happy to see me?" He says, "Shoot
Like,
Andros."
and like, I just don't know if I'm this. I just don't think I'm like. I don't have it in me for another hype cycle. You know what I mean? I don't have it in me to be like Smash, Animal Crossing, like I don't have that in me anymore. Nintendo, you sucked it all out. It's gone. Like if you come out tomorrow and say, "Look, we're doing another Smash Bros," I'm gonna go yippee.
I
Like
barely played the newest one.
it's good, but it's too played out at this point. You know, like there's
Yeah.
nothing there for me.
All right. Well, that's it for Switch 2. And that's it for the podcast.
And in conclusion, if you go to www.steamdeck.com, you can buy a Steam Deck from Valve and get a cheaper console with more value.
That's true. I agree with that. Better sales.
All those third party games that Nintendo boasted about being on the Switch 2, you can buy them, and they're not going to cost nearly as much. But
You can upgrade the memory quite easier.
Yeah.
Quite more affordably.
7 remake, I bet you it's on sale for like $15.
Yep.
There you go. That's my suggestion.
Thanks for watching the podcast.